Welcome to CAN TV 21 Hotline. Let's talk etiquette. My name is Nathan Wright, and I'm the Executive Director of the Etiquette Foundation of Illinois. And I am so pleased to be here with you today. Let me give you our number so that you can call us. Please give us a call at 312-738-1060. Once again, 312-738-1060. Do we have a wonderful topic to talk to you about today? But first, allow me to introduce this magnificent maven, etiquette maven, Gina Jameson.
Welcome. Thank you, Nathan.
Yes,
Thank you.
Just glad to be here with you once again so we can give out some terrific information to our viewing audience. And so we'll get started because this is a very, very interesting subject.
Yes.
And I'm going to put it up so that you can take a look at it, and we're going to talk about this. Yes, the Civility Forum. Civility, that's such a powerful word. The Civility Forum, and the definition of civility, I won't have to read that. I'll read it to you later. The format, it's a panel discussion. And what we were talking about, Gina and I, we in fact visited this subject some time ago, but we felt like, why not do something on civility? A forum, a format where people can come and we can talk with them, we can discuss this grand subject with them, and they can just engage and just share their feelings and their thoughts on this great subject. And, I said, well, let's do a show on this.
Boy.
Let's formally introduce it to our audience.
Exactly.
Yes. And so, I have a surprise to announce.
Okay. All right. I love surprises.
You like surprises?
I love surprises.
The surprise is that Miss Jameson has agreed to be the moderator.
My goodness. I'm so excited.
Yes. Yes, to be a good moderator, I think you're just going to be awesome. Because you just bring so much to this subject, and we've worked together over the years, and you just have such a rich personality, and you're so engaging, and I think this show concept will really take off with a great moderator. A host is another term.
Boy, I tell you, Mr. Wright, you just make an offer I just can't refuse. My goodness gracious. And I'm looking so forward to it because it's such an important subject, and we really want to get this information out. So I think having a panel and having an audience where people can share, especially how they feel about civility and what can we do about it.
Absolutely.
And if one person just takes some time out and just use some of the processes or some of the definitions or some of the structure that we have, this would be, and just one person, if you share with one other person and they share with another person, it just be such a domino effect.
Absolutely. We want to bring this word alive. We want this to be spoken all over the world.
Absolutely.
And we want it to be a part of your consciousness, because I think it's just going to have such an impact on our society in terms of how we behave.
Yes.
And how we conduct ourselves in public. And we really want our elected officials, we really want them
definitely
to demonstrate some civility in their discourse with one another, in their campaigning. And they could have such an impact on this society if they just demonstrate they have that ability.
And that being said, it's the negativity is so profound now, and we've got to redirect that. Just a little kindness can get so. You can just so far with just a little kindness, saying thank you.
Yes. Oh, that's
saying
so
you're welcome.
Yes.
And it takes such little effort, and it really, when you express those expressions to a person, it makes them feel good.
It does. It enriches them. It lifts them up. And I agree so wholeheartedly. Today I went to a meeting, and I gave a little presentation. And one of the participants at the meeting, after I finished my presentation, she came over and said to me, "Why are people in Chicago so rude?" She said she's from out of town, and I was just kind of like, what can I say? You know, we are. And Chicago does have that reputation.
Yeah, we do have that reputation.
You know, of just being rude towards one another. And that's so unfortunate that we're viewed by outsiders who come to Chicago.
Exactly.
And then the first thing they say that we're just rude. And we shouldn't be seen.
And then that person will take that information back home.
Back home.
And that would make their family or whomever they give this information to say, "I'll never go there."
Never go.
You know, now they have a fear.
Yes.
And that's terrible.
That's absolutely.
You know, to have that information transferred to someone else and to your family that does not live here. And
Yes.
there are rude people.
Yes.
But then there are some very, very cordial and some very, very wonderful people also.
Absolutely, absolutely. But you know, I think what happens too often, you only need one rude person to kind of set the tone for the whole
Right.
community. And Chicago is such a rich city, such a culturally diverse city.
Oh, yes.
And if they could just lift that up, that hospitality up with a little more kindness, that's hundreds of millions of dollars.
Right. Well, people would just want to come here. And why
Right.
can't we have them have that ability? No, I really would like to go to Chicago because they
Right.
have this, and we have so much to offer.
And the people are so kind and courteous, and that has an impact on you.
Oh,
Without a
definitely.
doubt.
Without a doubt.
And you know, when someone comes to Chicago, this is supposed to be one of the meccas of the Midwest.
Yes.
And if I'm coming here, I'm an out-of-towner, and I may be planning to stay 3 days. But if I'm running into rude people, then I'm gonna get out of town.
Absolutely.
As soon as I can get out of town. So I may stay 2 days as opposed to 3. Now that's $200 or $300, $400 more I would have spent
Right.
staying one more day.
One more day.
in Chicago, and that's serious money.
Serious money.
Yeah, and so this particular format, we want to really try to get that kind of message out there through this civility forum, and we're inviting you to come and be a part of our audience. We want your participation and involvement, right?
Absolutely.
I think we can accommodate about 50, 40, 50 people.
Real easy.
Yeah,
Easy.
easy. And this is a wonderful place for a show of this nature to be recorded. It's a state-of-the-art studio. I have to take my hat off to Ken.
Oh, absolutely. This is just an absolutely magnificent studio.
It is, and you would certainly have a great time here. And participating in a subject of this nature would just be awesome. And so if you're interested in being on our panel, we think we're going to have 8, maybe 10 max on the panel.
On the panel.
And then we're going to have an audience. And the audience will be able to also have an opportunity to ask a question or give a comment. And it's going to be probably, I would think, maybe an hour.
An hour.
An hour
About an
show
hour.
format. And we're going to have those questions. When you come, you have an opportunity to see what questions are going to be asked. So that give you time to think about it. And then you can just participate.
And that's what we really, really would like to see is a participation.
Yes.
So
yes.
if you want to either be on the panel or be
Yes.
a
Or even a guest.
audience or guest,
Yes.
we're saying
Yes.
yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Let's make this a great, great event.
Absolutely. And the panel some may change. We may invite some to return for a second time. I've already started talking to some of my associates. One of my really good friends out in the south suburb is Mayor Covington out in University Park. And she says she would be more than more than delighted to come and participate. And so it's a few more people that we want to invite. And in fact, you and I talked about one of your good friends.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And
So-
having her come and be a part of this. So we're really looking forward to having something very different, very unique. and to be able to offer to this wider audience, the
Right.
Chicagoland audience.
Right.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, that
yes.
was going to be, it's going to be such a great time.
Yes, yes.
It's just a great time.
I think the questions are going to be the most interesting.
Right.
How we formulate those questions, what subjects are we going to talk about? Of course, we are Illinoisans, we are Chicagoans, and certainly we're going to have that subject on the table, and it may be specifically about how do we enrich in this city culturally.
Right.
What can we do? Who do we need to talk to, be it the mayor, be it an alderman or the aldermans? How can they participate? We may invite some of them to
Yeah,
come.
that's a great idea.
yeah.
Let's try having some of the aldermen here.
Come and participate on this forum and offer their advice or their recommendations, and maybe we can get the mayor at some point in the future.
Just
Wouldn't that be
Right.
nice?
Because if his staff, the aldermen, are going to be here, then it's like, okay, you need to be here also. So,
Absolutely.
we'll just take itty bitty steps, and you never know what might happen.
We'll send him an invitation.
Right.
How
Oh,
about that?
definitely. Let's just send him an invitation regardless.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think our political leaders can play a part in this because, how they present themselves to the community is important. And this word should be a part of their consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
And they should be quite willing to participate in something like this. And so I'm looking forward to that. And, of course, our president will be back in Chicago soon. We don't want to miss him.
Oh, absolutely.
And have him come because he's such a gentleman
Oh,
and just such a real great human being. And so those are the kind of people we may not start out, we just may be us ordinary folks
right.
in the beginning.
But that's how it starts.
Yes,
And
yes.
the ordinary becomes extraordinary.
Yes, yes. That is so well said. So we want you to call us. If you have a few moments, give us a call, ask us more about this great subject and the show format that we're going to do called the Civility Forum. And maybe you could read that definition because some people may not even know what the word means. Can you see that well enough to read it?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Definition of civility. Formal politeness and courtesy in behavior or speech. Polite remarks used in formal conversation.
And, Gina, it's like you and I. When we interact with each other, we're actually using all of those little advices or definitions for that particular word. Pretty much the same as etiquette. It's kind of have the same kind of definition to it. But it's
Right.
such a pleasure to be able to engage with another person using those standards of conduct that lifts you above
Right.
the norm and just the richness of the interactions we have and the subject, regardless of whatever the subject is we're talking about. Whether it's about your garden, and that was something we were talking about just before we came on the show, and about your wonderful event last year.
Oh, yes, had a wonderful, wonderful event.
And all of the social norms were adhered to. And you're going to do that event again next year.
Right. It's an
And-
annual event. It's our annual fundraiser. Yes.
Yes. And you're going to be able to make an announcement of it. In fact, I don't know if you want to give them a little brief on it.
Well, with the Ravinia in the Garden, that's how
Yes.
we title it.
Yes.
It's called Ravinia in the Garden. And my community garden and the garden members, we host our fundraiser. And we have a silent auction with
Yes.
Mr. Wright
Myself.
does very, very well
I
at
enjoy that.
auctioning off different items. And what I attempt to do is, with the community garden, that's what it's all about, it's the
Yes.
community. And during this fundraiser, what I do, I locate local talent
You
to
do?
come and perform
Yes.
and to have a tour of the garden. Local talent, anybody that wants to participate, it's all local, right there in our
Yes.
community.
Yes.
And it's such a wonderful, wonderful event. And all that is requested is that you bring your chair
Yes.
And if you have any alcoholic beverages that you would like to bring your chair and your whatever you like
And
to
you
drink.
provide everything else.
And we provide everything else. And what we attempt to do is our garden members are really, really, really request that they prepare something that they've grown in the garden. So sometimes
That's
we
what
have
happened.
salsa because we have
Yes.
tomatoes and cilantro and basil,
Yes.
and we grow all different kinds of vegetables, and just ask to put together whatever you've grown,
Right.
and let's just have a dish.
Oh.
You know, and
yes.
it turns out so wonderful.
I
It's
was
just
there
so
last
wonderful.
2 years. I was there. And
Yeah, and we have it around dawn. I mean, I'm sorry, in not dawn, in the evening.
in the evening, the sun is
Right,
setting.
the sun is setting, it's the sunset,
Mhm.
and then we put on the lights,
Yes.
and then we just have continuous a good time, and then by the time the end up, we're all dancing in the
Yes.
garden and just having a wonderful, wonderful good time. So
Yes. And I think this past year, your selection of performers were just awesome. Those young children, that
right.
family who played the
Chicago
violin.
Kelly. They're called themselves the Chicago Kelly.
Okay.
And it's a family of 15 children. And the
Wow.
parents have all of their children playing instruments, which are strings. So I had 3 of the children. It was a harp,
Right.
a guitar,
Yes.
a violin, and a vocalist.
Ah.
And they range between the ages of, let's say, 21
Mm-hmm.
all the way down. I think Jeff is 10.
10. Yes.
But with 15
Awesome.
children, they're just all
Oh,
stepladdered. And the family is just an amazing family.
they are.
The
They
children are
Give-
just
I give
amazing.
kudos to them. They did an outstanding
Oh, just
job.
a
I love
magnificent
that.
job. Just a magnificent job.
Yes, yes. So remember, make a note of it. It's in August, is it?
It'll be August.
Yes.
So,
August. You have a date yet?
August 23rd.
Third Saturday?
Saturday, August 23,
Yeah, yes.
2017. So kind of like
So
save the date.
Absolutely. I'm going to put your information up here
Mm-hmm.
because you want to see something very special. You want to be a part of it. This is the organization you need to contact, and that's Touch of Life. And there's Gina James is the president. The number is right there, 708-212-1645. 708-212-1645. Give her a call because I'm a huge supporter of this particular event that you have. You well know that. And I have such a good time.
Oh, it just turns out so wonderful.
Just a good time. The camaraderie, the people that come and participate. I invited a few of my good friends that I managed to convince that they should come and be a part of this. And they were there and they just had a great time.
Great time.
And the auction, the silent auction, was very successful.
Oh, very successful. I think
Yes.
that's the highlight. you
That's
know.
the high.
That's it's
In
like
fact, Gina talked me. I'm confessing now. Gina talked me into getting up and being the auctioneer, and I was like, "You need to do this,
Oh,
not me." But
right.
she was so gracious. She insisted. No,
And he did such a
you're gonna do
wonderful
You're
job.
gonna do it. Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
and it was his first experience, and I
Yes.
said, "Oh, who would know?
No,
Who would know? It was so wonderful."
I kind of got an idea of what I need to say, but I think I sold a couple $100 worth
Yeah,
of, worth
we
of
did a
merchandise that
nice-
wasn't
yeah.
moving. It was people were leaving, and we wanted to clear those tables out, and so I was more than pleased to do that.
Yeah, that
To
was
make
so
that
much
make
fun.
that such a successful thing. And the other part is dancing. You have a stage.
Yeah, I have a little stage.
A little
where we
stage
dance.
there. My nose is running. Oh boy. Sorry about that. But that little stage was perfect.
Oh, yeah.
And the DJ was, oh,
He was awesome. He had us
yeah.
ready to go.
had us just up there partying and jamming and just having a great time.
Great time.
And so that's something I am indeed looking forward to next year as we move into 2017. But this new venture that we're going to launch, the Civility Forum, if you have our information, let me give you the Etiquette Foundation's information. So if you want to reach out to me, you can do that. And of course, this is Let's Talk Etiquette. You can reach me at 312-473-2942. Again, 312-473-2942. And of course, my name is Nathan Wright. And 2017 is just going to be such a grand year. And I'm just looking forward to all of the things we're going to do next year.
Yes.
To give back, to make this a richer community, to uplift our neighbors and our children and make them better citizens. And we believe this Civility Forum is going to be in addition to Let's Talk Etiquette.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. And our goal, of course, is to hopefully get a big station. To say, this looks like good stuff here. Let's consider bringing them to like WTTW.
Yeah, let's think big. How about let's take where we can. Sky's the limit.
Absolutely.
Let's think big.
Yes, and I actually think when you look at it from a historical standpoint, considering what the last maybe 2 years, at least the last 16 months has been for us as a country.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? And so I think we need to kind of go in another direction. And I think this show here would really be a contributor to us really being the great people that we are.
That we are.
We're the envy of the world. Everybody
Definitely.
wants to come here.
Absolutely. So it must be a reason.
There has to be a reason.
It must be a reason. Because opportunity is just overwhelming here.
It is.
And if you can't make it here,
you have a problem.
You just have a problem.
It's a big country. You can darn near make it anywhere in this country.
Go
south, go west, go east, stay central. We want to be able to live up to our reputation.
Absolutely.
And I think this show will help in that direction so that we can be the great people that we should be and that we are. And we have to be a role model for those coming behind us.
Exactly.
And we have to give them a positive message so that they will be great citizens and great human beings. So the Civility Forum is going to be the next great venture for us, and we're certainly looking forward to your involvement and your participation. And we're going to provide more information for you
Right.
on our next show coming up next week. And so you have a good sense of where we're trying to go with this, and we certainly look forward to your input and engagement with it. And we're just so pleased to have the opportunity to get this thing out
Absolutely.
here and make it what it can be and will be. And with this lady as the host.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So you're gonna be discovered late in life. How about that?
Right. Exactly.
Not as a teenager.
Not as a teenager.
But I think all the things you're gonna bring to the table in this particular endeavor is going to make this show a success, and I'm confident of that.
Well, I thank you very much.
Yes, I'm very, very
I'm glad you
confident
think
of
that
that.
highly
Yes.
of me.
Yes.
And I'm not going to let you down.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. I suppose with that said, I guess we can. Is any last minute announcements you?
No last
think
minute
of?
announcements.
Okay. Well, I want to say good evening to you. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to being with you next week on the same day at 7:30. So tune us in and have a great, great weekend coming up. Okay?
Good night.
Good night.